Shalom. Shalom. Good to see y'all on here. Okay, as you could tell by the title of the video, what I'm gonna do, I'm sure most of y'all have seen it already. If you're not familiar, there's a jogger in Brunswick, Georgia, which is near here. It's between Jacksonville and Savannah, Georgia. It was a brother, it's a black guy, jogging through a neighborhood, and hold on. Okay, it was a black guy jogging through a neighborhood, and hold on one second. Okay, yeah, he was jogging through a neighborhood, and I'm gonna pull the video up. I'm gonna show y'all the video before, it's gonna be deleted soon. But he was jogging through a neighborhood, and the cops shot him. Well, not the cops, just some white folks. They thought he was a burglar. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all the video because it came out not too long ago, or at least it was brought to my attention. Hold on, not too long ago. Okay, and I posted it on my page. I'm gonna put it up here for y'all. I actually got it from two different sources. Oh boy. And then I want to, because I do this all the time, and because I see our people making a lot of mistakes. And I'm just telling y'all, man, I've had a lot of run-ins with the law prior to coming into the truth. I used to, when I was an auto mechanic, I used to do a lot of racing, and I had a lot of encounters with the cops and arrests. So I'm going to just show you, I want to tell y'all some points. And I also worked around cops when I was in the Air National Guard. So they gave me some insider information. Anyway, I want to show y'all this video first, though. So I'm going to put it up here, and y'all can check it out. So here it goes, okay? All right. So real fast, from what I could tell, let's go back through this real quick. I'm gonna put it up here. All right, if you watch that, I'm gonna show y'all something. It looked like this guy here fired on him. See right here? Like after he ran across. Okay, I'm gonna go up here. I saw something new. Because the guy swung over with the camera. Well, you saw he ran around the vehicle. See him? Boom. And that first shot looked like it came from this guy right here. It looked like that first shot came from him. I don't know. And then the second shot, you could see the gas. I'm gonna hit play, and you'll see the gas discharge going that way. So that came from this guy. So watch. See? You see that gas there that came out? So he's already shot somehow, and you see all the blood on his let me rewind that. Hold on, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm sorry about that. All right. I can see on here all the blood on his left side here and all that stuff like that. Oh yeah, shit pissed me off, man. But I'm gonna just tell y'all can go watch it for yourselves. It'll be a lot clearer if you watch it over there on my Facebook or whatever. But that's the reason I came on here, wasn't to show you the video, because I know folks gonna be all pissed off and everything. It pissed me off too, because this shit, man, it looked like something from the you know, the way they used to kill us. Here, I'll let it play through. Okay. But what I wanted to say, okay, is because there's another video going around. Actually, there's a couple videos going around, okay, of some arrests made in New York City because of this coronavirus thing and social distancing. And I do this seasonally. I do this multiple times throughout the year. I do this lesson as often as I can, because it's something I see, particularly with young black men, that, you know, we gotta let the book talk on these situations. And yeah, that pissed me off, because look, I can show you videos of white people begging to get shot with knives in their hands, begging the cops to shoot them, and the cop will not shoot them. So we know what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, people are pissed because those people didn't go to jail. This video just hit. Hey, look, you could bet it's gonna be, you know, I got some brothers who are up in that area, so they'll give me a boots on the ground report. But you could bet there's gonna be some protests or whatever, which is a waste of daggone time. Okay, but let me show y'all something, man. I want to pull up some verses that we need to begin taking into account. Let me pull them up. But we need to take these verses into account when we're dealing with authority figures or whatever. Okay, because at the end of the day, here we go. There we go. I got it right here. Here we go. I got all my verses. I do this every time there's a police shooting, and I also do lessons all the time on office politics. But you gotta be, when you're out here, man, our people don't understand what the, all right, there we go. All right, so the first verse we're going to go to is Sirach. Then we got some other verses. It's going to back it up in the Bible. So we're going to go to Sirach, chapter 9, verse 13. It says, "Keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city." And the way I take that, man, and I've used this in my life, my father, you know, my father, you know, he taught me well. My mother taught me well. They told me at an early age, look, these people do not like you. And when they talking about these people, they were talking about white people. And not all white people. Y'all know I'm not against all white people, but we got to understand that we are in our enemy's land. I mean, for the majority of them, you know, you got to understand that they're not your friend. And you got to discern whether they're friend or foe. When I deal with the cops, and when I used to get in all that trouble, The way I deal with it is I'm in a life or death situation with a crazy man with a gun. Okay. And that's how I deal with them. So when I get pulled over, matter of fact, a couple years ago, me and Koya were coming back home from a wedding. Okay. And we typically are not out at nighttime. We like to, and that's another thing I'll go into, but we typically like to be in the house at nighttime, okay, at sundown. We went to a friend's wedding. We were on our way home. I wasn't paying attention to the speed limit, and I'm driving, and next thing you know, I see lights in the back. Immediately, I turn. As soon as I see those lights flashing, I begin slowing down. I turn all the lights on inside the car. And by the time the car pulls over to the side of the road, I got all my windows down, glove compartment open, before the car's even stopped, and license and all that crap right there in my lap. And I told my girls, keep your hands visible. Told my wife, keep your hands visible. And don't talk back to that damn cop. Don't run your mouth to him. By the time we pull over, he walks up on the car and he's like, sir, do you understand why I pulled you over? You know what I'm saying? And my theory, my idea, the way I deal with these cops is comply or die. They're your enemy. They're there to kill you. The way they train them up is to kill your ass. Like even if you want to be a good cop, the policies that they have them trained up in are to kill you. I'm serious. It's designed to work against you. So I kept my hands visible, moved real slow, handing him my stuff. He saw the military ID and all that. Went back to his car for a sec. He was like, where y'all coming from? I was like, we were going to a wedding and now we're on our way back home. And he was like, you know what? He's like, just slow down. Boom, hand me all my stuff back. I watch our people, and we got a lot of emotional men. And this doesn't make it right what happened to this brother here. Don't get it twisted. I mean, these people they wouldn't do that to their own people. Trust me. Shot him down like a dog. So don't get it twisted. But what I got to do is I got to educate our righteous brothers and sisters so that they can stay alive. You have to, I watch our people. I watch young brothers and young sisters. And the Bible talks about them. They're like young bulls caught in the net. You know, they're bucking. The way the cops come at you, because I'm going to tell y'all another story, another encounter I had, okay? That didn't go as well as that one. But you got a lot of our men are raised by women. They're feminized. They're not raised up like men. A lot of young black men are very emotional and reactive, especially in the midst of authority. So they buck. And it's perfect for the way these cops are trained up. Some of them being KKK members. Oh, they love when you buck. Because then they buck back harder with their gun. Okay? So what we need to learn is how to de-escalate these situations. And I'm going to show you it scripturally. I'm going to show you through life experience, situations I've been in my life where I've implemented Sirach chapter 9, verse 13. You know what I'm saying? I understand what the situation is, who the enemy is, this, that, and the other, and how to get away from him with my life. Okay? And I've been told, like I said, I've worked around cops when I was in the Air National Guard working on airplanes. We'd have weekenders who would come in one weekend a month, and some of them were cops, and they give me the whole inside scoop. So everything I'm saying, I got multiple witnesses. I could back up. I know what I'm talking about. Dealing with these other nations. They don't like you. I'm just telling you. So, number one, I wouldn't be running. I don't jog. Like, if you black and you jogging, you stole something and you're running out of a neighborhood. The last time, you could go look in the comments, y'all. This is how real what I'm saying to y'all right now is. The last time I did this lesson, the next day, a brother hit me up in the comments and said, thank y'all you did that lesson, because he was walking in his neighborhood and a cop pulled up on him and was like, what you doing? This, that, and the other. And he said if he hadn't seen that lesson I did, he would have been, because it pissed him off, he'd have been arguing with that cop. And who knows how that would have turned out. Okay? And this scripture is telling you that. Let's get another scripture, and then I'm going to tell y'all another situation that happened. Because trust me, I done had a lot of run-ins with the law. So, you know. All right. But I'm here. And I've been arrested twice and all that. Locked up. But I never got mollywopped or shot or anything. Dealt with aggressively, nothing like that. Okay? All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to hit that Matthew. Okay? We're going to hit that Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Okay? I'll put it up here. Red letter. You know what that means. Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. You see what I'm saying? And the way I see that, my adversary is these other nations, okay? Until they show themselves to be, a friend. Other than that, I'm treating you as the enemy until you show yourself to be different. And that's wisdom. And I agree with it. I'm not out there debating them even when they do me wrong, and they have. So let me tell you about, I was in New York City back in the day, okay? This was in the 90s. I was up in the Bronx in the subways, okay? Out there with some of my friends or whatever, and I was down there. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. Because this is it. If y'all know, in the 90s they had that mayor had launched his hardcore thing to clean up them subways and all that, and I was down there drinking a 40 ounce of malt liquor, and I was just down there chilling. We had got off the subway. We were walking out of the subway, and two cops came up to me on both sides. Like, man, what the hell you think you doing? Trying to provoke me. And I was like, what are you talking about? What am I doing? And they're like, what's in that bag? I was like, some brew. And they're like, you think you supposed to, all up in my face, with their hands like this, flexing, trying to provoke me, because man, them dudes wanted to beat my ass down. They did. And they're like, what you gonna do with it? All up in my face. I was like, what do I need to do? And they're like, what do you think? I was like, all right, I'll throw it away. Boom, threw it away. And threw it away and walked off. And they were like, them spirits on them was like, just standing there as I walked away. They was like, damn, we thought we had a fight. We thought we were going to beat his ass down and take him to Rikers. You see what I'm saying? Mind you, now that is in the enemy-occupied Bronx of the 90s, where they got an enemy occupation in their community. Them brothers cannot walk out their houses without getting harassed. The cops run the drug game. Nobody tells you that. Nobody tells you who the plug is in the neighborhood until you get up to this level. Then you find out the cops is running the whole show. And it's just a matter of time before they lock your ass up. But nobody tell you that. That don't get put out there. the cops own the corner stores. Nobody tell you that. Anyway, that was back then. Fast forward, me and Corey were visiting New York. We were staying down in the financial district. I was waiting for Corey to come out of the hotel, and I walk outside. There's a cop over there. We're in the upscale financial district. I come outside. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, "I'm doing good. How you doing?" "Good." And we just talking like it ain't nothing. Why? Because in those neighborhoods, the cops are there as an assistance to you. In the enemy-occupied black neighborhoods, those cops are there to, that's slave master. So just understand that. And you need wisdom dealing with these people because they will provoke you. Had another incident where I got pulled over and the cop was trying to provoke me. And I stayed calm, gave him my stuff, this, that, and the other. And then when a drill weekend came around, now this is recently here, when a drill weekend came around, I asked one of the cops about this cop who had pulled me over, if he knew him. I said, "Do you know that guy?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That guy, he's a big dude with tattoos." He's like, "Yeah, that dude likes to try to start fights. Trust me." It's like, you were very wise to deal with him the way you did. Okay? So I'm not playing around when I put this stuff up. So it says, "Agree with thine adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison." All right? And you seen Sirach said, "Agree with those who have the power to kill you." And that goes back to this brother who was jogging through that town or whatever he was jogging through. Man, when you dealing with these people, man, it's like the dudes had guns drawn and he just kept running and tried to fight him, all that stuff. And people get so frustrated and fed up with racism and police harassment. When you read the scriptures, that's Deuteronomy 28. You under the curses. That's the belt to whoop your ass, and just make sure you humble and that you could receive authority. But I'm telling you, man, it'll test you. I know the way. I mean, because I can only watch a video like that so many times with watching our brothers get shot down like dogs, and we know what it's really about. Come on, we know what it's really about when people are that quick to shoot somebody. We know what it's about. That ain't no different from back in the 60s and 50s and all that stuff. So we know what the situation is, but you got to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. But a lot of men are raised to, when somebody come at them, they just fly off and get emotional and go back and forth. And I'm telling y'all, man, these cops, and as we move forward and as the Most High begins to bring this nation apart, he's beginning to bring this Babylonian kingdom down. I'm telling you, these right-wing Republicans and these left-wing Democrats, man, they're getting more and more extremist-minded. And they're gonna be at each other's throats. It's our job to just get out the way and let them tear each other apart. They're gonna go against their government. They're going to do whatever the hell, But he told us, come out from among them. Don't jog through their neighborhoods. I try to keep my distance from these people. Okay? I try to be around like-minded saints. I keep it 100 with y'all. Okay? Because it's not a game out here, man. It's not, man. I'm telling you. And look, one of the cops I work with, he got a YouTube video where he beating a dude down in a Walmart parking lot. And he called some black woman some name, and that junk went on the news. So he already felt some type of way. He had anger issues and all that. And we would joke with him, but we was dead ass serious. We like, damn, they let your ass walk around with a gun? With an anger like that? He be trying to tighten a bolt on the plane. Oh, God dang it, wham, wham, start hitting the thing. I was like, I be standing over there like this, looking at him, and he be looking at me like that, face red. I was like, man, they let you walk around with a gun? I was like, that's scary. You know, playing around, but not playing around. Man, some of these cops is crazy. A lot, like, that's what I'm saying. Dudes, I be watching dudes, man. The FBI in 2006 put out a report saying that there was a massive influx of white supremacist organizations into the legal system, law enforcement and the court system and all that. And you think it's strange that all this stuff's happening. Man, these people are coming more and more extreme. Now, and mind you, that wasn't law enforcement that shot that jogger dude. But look, they didn't go to jail. They're still free. Okay? So, all right, let me show y'all something else. Let me show you more scripts backing up why if you get pulled over or whatever, I got a whole bunch of them, man. Look. I got so many scriptures on this. We're going to just read through them. I'm going to put them up here. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Okay? How would your ways please Yah? Because when they don't please Yah, your enemies are going to kill you. Okay? All right. Ecclesiasticus 8:14 in Sirach. It says, go not to law with a judge, for they will judge for him according to his honor. Travel not by the way with a bold fellow. So don't be around people who got a rebellious spirit in them. They got a hothead spirit. They got a contentious spirit. Don't be around people like that. Because if they contentious with you, if you see that spirit on them, a cop will pull them over and they'll get both y'all shot. Look, it says, lest he become grievous unto thee, for he will do according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly. All right, here we go. Ecclesiasticus Sirach, chapter 8, verse 1. Strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands. A lot of people are so prideful. Oh, I'm mighty too. I'm mighty too. One of the brothers, I think it was Gideon, told me, he was like, when he's dealing with people, he's going to stay calm and cordial and be ready to kill them. Okay? But he's going to stay respectful and kind and nice and be ready to kill them, okay? And that's how you do it. Not like our people. Getting all hyper and rude. Well, I ain't doing that. You know, arguing, debating with the cops, and then they Sandra Bland your ass. Or then you say the name, they Mike Brown your ass, okay? No, you just stay calm. You got your weaponry on you if it get messy. But you stay calm, respectful, and righteous and biblical, and let your ways be pleasing. Stay calm. Learn to control those emotions in critical situations like that. Because let me make it real simple. When you're talking to a cop, you're in a life or death situation. I'll just put it to you like that. All right, let's keep going. It says, strive not with a mighty man, okay, lest thou fall into his hands. It says Matthew 10:16. He says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And your wisdom should be, hey man, you're dealing with cops. You're dealing, like if you down here, like where I live at. Man, I live down here in Jacksonville, Florida. And it's Jacksonville, Florida. Don't get it to it. This South Georgia right here. And I have had white people come up to me at my job and tell me this is the most racist city they ever been in. And these people are from Alabama. So, yeah, that. So you don't be stupid, you know. So it says, Let me put it back up here so y'all can see these verses so y'all don't think I'm lying. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And then we got a lot of stuff here. 1 Peter 2:18, 21. And this is the verse that young people need to get this verse on a deep level. It says, servants, be subject to your masters with all fear. Masters, supervisors, people of authority. It says, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward. So this means the difficult supervisors or leaders or people over you. For this is thankworthy if a man for conscience toward God endure grief, suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently? But if when you do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with God. Okay? For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example, that ye should follow his steps. And I put the definition of froward here, difficult to deal with, contrary. Okay? And when I implemented this at my, particularly in my career, at work, in the military, everything turned around. I began to immediately have favor at my workplace. Why? Because I wasn't contending. I wasn't bucking. I wasn't going against everything. And this directly goes into dealing with these cops. Dealing with anybody in a position of authority, perceived or not perceived. You know what I'm saying? And what I even go as far to do is, like, at my job, anybody at my job I regard as somebody over me. So if they ask me to do something and they're a worker just like me, I'll do it. And it's funny, you know, it's like that you'll get a reputation for the hardest worker there, but you're not the hardest worker there. You just are, you know, people find you easy and pleasant to be around and not difficult and not a know-it-all and all this stuff. And it's directly translate into dealing with cops and enemies and froward and difficult people. It will keep you alive. All right? It's wisdom. All right. Contrary. So Colossians chapter 3, verse 22. It says, servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing Yah. So in humility, not, you know, whatever, and all that stuff. Like this here goes more into, if you have a job, you will be successful in your job, in your workplace, okay? It says, and whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. So that means be a good worker. Don't be this sorry religious bum. And it says, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. And what doing that does, especially when you're at work and stuff, is it teaches you humility, patience, self-control, all those good qualities. It's gonna keep you alive when you're dealing with your enemy, otherwise known as law enforcement. Okay, so let's see what y'all saying. I see y'all got a bunch of comments. Somebody says, shaking my head. That's sad, man. He just jogging, and instead of two of them asking what's going on, they just shot him. Yeah. And what I would have did is when I seen that truck and I seen a dude with a gun, I would have stopped. Or even if they didn't, I would have just stopped. Now, mind you, I would have had my weapon on me too. Okay? But I would have been respectful and nice and attentive and ready to kill them if I need to. You see what I'm saying? Instead of trying to fight him. You know, you want to de-escalate the situation. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. What's the problem? We think you stole something. Okay. I ain't steal nothing. We can wait till the cops come. You see what I'm saying? De-escalate. Not, oh, y'all just hate black people. Ah! And then it just, and then shots fired, man down. You see what I'm saying? You got to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Okay? Now let's see what else y'all got here. We got to call upon the Most High for real. Yeah, we do. But again, I do this because these situations happen and everybody, you know, these types of situations happen and nobody is saying this, what needs to change about us. You know what I'm saying? So now if you get in this situation, it shouldn't happen to you. If you get pulled over for some stupid reason, you should just kill them with kindness. And then, now check this out. More inside information. This is inside information. I asked a cop, one of these cops I work with, I was like, hey man, I tell you, when the cops pull me over, I'm cool with them. But then I go to court and I battle with them in court and fill out complaints. I was like, is that more efficient and effective? And he just started cursing and kicked his locker. And come to find out, somebody did that to him and messed his career up. That's how effective it is. They want you to mouth off right there on the spot so that they can make it stick and make it look like they're doing their job. If you get along with them and you're cool and you're respectful, and then you go to the court and to the police station and file complaints, whoo, it's effective, y'all. But our people don't think like that. We're emotional. We're raised by women. We're sensitive. We're girly men. We're cupcakes. We're not real dudes with self-control. And that's what we need. All right, so look at this. Somebody put, there are many law enforcement officials that work the beat that operate in fear and should have never been accepted on the force. That's right. Big old facts. Yep. Somebody said, I really despise the cops. Yeah, but I'm telling you, here you are, you looking at a person who has had, let me put it to you like this. When I was in Georgia, I had over 22 tickets and infractions and arrests and all this stuff with the cops up in Georgia. And I'm here, nobody ever went upside my head, shot me or nothing. I was very cooperative. All right. Somebody put a nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of the old nor show favor to the young. And that's what you saw in that video when they shot that boy down like that. Okay. That's what you saw. Just what Brother Zedekiah put in there. Somebody said, behold, I send you forth. That's that script. That's that script I read. Send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, but don't act like a serpent. Be wise as a serpent, but be harmless as a dove. All right. And yep, come out from among them. That's right. Somebody said, feelings will serve not but to lead you to your own death. Yeah, that's right, man. That's why I be trying to tell these people, man. Men are way too emotional nowadays, man. Men are the new women, dude. Zedekiah said he was shot by 2 white men, not cops. I know, but he engaged. He still, I wouldn't have, when I saw them trying to. Because what happened, he was jogging through, it looked like he was jogging through that neighborhood, and they pulled around in front of him. And then he tried to run around their car. I would have just stopped and assumed a non-threatening posture. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Sandra Bland thing. Or any of these, you know? You got to move slow and be smart and know that when they're dealing with you, in their mind, all they're seeing is the latest hip hop video and thug video and gang video. That's what they're seeing. They're not seeing whoever you think you are. So you got to be wise and know how you're being perceived. And that's a problem with our people, man. They don't know, they don't know what the hell the game they're playing is. They're playing checkers and everybody else is playing chess. And that's the problem. And then there's no wisdom. And they're ignorant. I find a lot of our people are ignorant of small matters and great. And like even what I'm saying here ain't going to sit good with a lot of them. All right, somebody said exactly that. Break their oath every day. Oh, don't even get me started on that. Yes, sir. Oh, hey, look, man. Hey, look, I know, I got inside. There's a guy, he's a cop. He was telling me how they used to have these parties and how wild the cop parties used to be. They were like, there's no party like a cop party. And this dude was talking about how he left the party smashed drunk, shot up a stop sign and ran his cop car into something. And the cops came, got him, dropped him off at home, towed his car somewhere, and he got a slap on the wrist. He got yelled at by his supervisor. Yeah, they are above the law. I mean, you could, hey, it is what it is. I guess it's a benefit of having a job or something, Yes, obedient to scriptures, yet while getting into position to come from among them. Yeah, because this is the thing. You ain't going to protest against this. You could cry all you want. This situation going on with this guy right here that just happened, nothing's going to happen. There ain't going to be no justice. You got to adhere to the laws of the Most High Yah, come out from among them. Because as we can see right now, he judging this nation. He getting ready to pull this wicked ass nation down. you see what I'm saying? There's gonna be civil unrest among them. Look at their next election coming up. It's gonna be white on white crime or whatever you want to call it. Whatever civil unrest, seditions, it's written. It's right there in the book. It's not your job to get him back. Most High gonna deal with him. He dealing with the world right now. They know. They in the, hey, look, they junk almost through. Yes, somebody said the Most High has torn the veil of the world we live in. Those calling themselves doctor are now acting as the root meaning of the word. Doctor. Doctor documents, aka falsified documents. Yeah, that's about it. All right, let's see. Exactly the problem. Our people think it's a game and didn't read the fine print at the bottom. Yeah, man. It's real talk. But that's what was that again? 1 Peter. All right, let me put it back up there for you. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Where are my scriptures at? All right. Right here. It's 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 18. Okay? And that is something that, that's a heavy scripture right there. Just dealing with authority. Dealing with supervisors at work, police encounters, really quieting that inner noisy voice that makes you pop off, Somebody said, these policemen fill me with nothing but rage. And that's not a good place to be, though, brother. I'm telling you, man. And I'm going to tell you how to overcome that and not be there, because then you'll mouth off to them. And you don't want to mouth off to these cops, man. Cause I'm gonna be honest. When they pull me over, I understand they have a tough job to do, and I try to make it as easy as I can for them. By the time they get up on my car, my hands are like this, and my eyes are where they can see my eyes, so they know I ain't up to nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy, and I'm moving slow, and I'm just trying to end the interaction. I'm trying to make that interaction as short as I could possibly make it, as short and as friction free as I can make it, so that because I know the longer I'm around them, the more in danger my life is. I'll tell you. So yeah, man, that's my wisdom on that thing, according to what the book say. But yeah, man, but it's it's sad, and that goes for dealing with these other nations too. Being around these other nations, I try to minimize my time, because now I'm at a level I could discern, they could care less. I mean, like, it's funny, like when I'm around like people from India and all these other nations, if they're not in this truth, because we got people, brothers and sisters that I regard as brothers and sisters from other nations that are in this truth, no problem. But I'm talking about, I'm also around people from other nations that's with they nation. You understand what I'm saying? I minimize the time around them. I do. Y'all told us how to deal with them. We gotta stay tuned in to the scripts. That's right. That's right. Anyway, y'all, just wanted to put that out there. If y'all want to watch that video for yourself, just go over there. I posted it all. I try to post it all over the place on Facebook. I posted it on my Michael Israel page and on my Spiritual Combat page. And you should see it other places, but I think it's going to get deleted pretty soon. So anyway, with that said, y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel, Spiritual Combat. Shalom, shalom.